Water is down there. There's a seal between the two halves. That's where the coffee is in the middle. There's space for the coffee. There's a filter. The water is boiling in the bottom vessel. Pressure is building up. It's going to come out here. So we'll pause it for a second. Okay, the video was paused. This is our transition. I can hear it. You can see it very slowly start to bubble up. There, see? Now it's coming out. That's the coffee. The water was on the bottom, or is on the bottom, and it's as it boils, it's stuck in there, so there's a massive amount of pressure. That pressure builds up. It goes up through the grounds, which is in the center. There's a separate filter disc thingy that holds the grounds. Goes through the grounds and up through this long tube and out to the top side. It's a pressure-based machine. Verstandelijk? It's easy to understand. One last time for my boy Slava. This is the vessel that has the coffee. This goes on the stove. This is the bottom half. There is a pressure relief valve. You shouldn't fill it past there, although it's not the end of the world if you do, I would guess, but you don't want to be shot by hot steaming water. Ideally, only steam would come out of that if it if it gets too hot or too much pressure. It's a pressure relief valve. It's a spring-loaded type ball valve that will release the steam if it's way too much pressure. Fill this bitch up with water. Pardon my French. Right? In this guy, this is where the coffee goes, right? Coffee would go in here, you tamp it down, and you make it a firm puck. Not an insane amount of pushing with your arms, although at the commercial places, you'll see the guys, they actually have a mallet type thing, and they push down with their shoulders. They push it pretty hard. You don't have to push it pretty hard when you do it at home. You know, whatever it is, there's like that. Okay, there, so that goes in there. The coffee would be in there. The water's in there. There. This is top half screws onto this. There's your gasket, there's the seal around the edge, and there are also holes there because your puck is going to be held there. So the water, there's tiny little holes only, and then a bunch of grounds of coffee will be there, and a series of holes to go through. It's enough obstruction for pressure to build up so that it goes up slowly. So the water will go from the vessel, from the thing, as pressure builds up, go up through this straw, through the grounds, up, and make their way in here. So when we're done, there are grounds stuck to this too, because it's, it's pushing its way up. This screws in, and it goes up. So obviously the seal is provided by screw threads, which of course are a force multiplier. So when you screw it, it clamps down like a maniac, and the gasket, is soft and fits there, and so then creates a perfect seal. And the straw, these little holes lead up to this straw right here. Lead up to this straw that, this guy here, it leads up to that. So from the holes to that guy, and it forces its way up and out. So yeah, and so this screws in, and then the pressure builds. Basically, the same diagram you were drawing, Slava, but it's more like the filter and the coffee itself is like the joint. That's actually the joint. You see, it's like right up to the edge. Although functionally, your diagram is the same. But yeah, that gives you the idea.